Happy first full day of summer. It is a beautiful day here in Camp Dearborn. We're about 50 minutes northwest of downtown Detroit, enjoying the weather, and we thought today that we would cook completely outside. And Victoria came to me with something that she wanted to make, and even I looked at her a little bit funny when she suggested it, but stick with us. It is delicious and you will love it.
Grilled kielbasa and veggie tacos with a delicious cilantro-lime vinaigrette. You're probably thinking, kielbasa on tacos with corn tortillas? Yeah, that's what I thought when I first saw this recipe that inspired this dish. I've made quite a few changes to the original recipe, but they are so amazing. You are going to love them. And what's even better is it's almost 100% on the grill, except for the vinaigrette part. Okay, so we're going to get started. I've already sliced, I've took the ends off of the green onions, and yes, we are going to grill green onions. If you haven't had them that way, you must try them. They're so delicious.
Yeah, they're great.
And then I've cut up the peppers into smaller pieces so that they can grill, and I've quartered a red onion. So now I'm going to add some olive oil and a little bit of kosher salt and pepper just to give them a little bit of seasoning as they grill. Get the pepper on here. And I'm going to mix them together just to distribute some of the olive oil and the salt and pepper. Okay, I think that's good. And now I am going to hand them over to Rich, and he's going to grill these up.
All right, we've got our grill preheated. It is smoking hot. And I want to put these veggies on the hottest part of our grill because we are going to do the veggies and the meat kind of all at the same time.
Is there a certain order you should put them on based on how quickly they're going to cook? Or does it matter?
That's a great question. So we've got 3 different things here, the red onions being the thickest since they're quartered. I would put those in the hottest part of the grill, followed by the red onions, followed by the red peppers, and then I would put the green onions. Those are going to cook the fastest on the coolest part of the hottest side of your grill. If that makes any...
The coolest part of the hottest side. You got that. Okay.
Okay, we switched sides. Let me explain why the green onions go on the coolest part of the hottest part of the grill. Because we are going to grill this smoked kielbasa, which is completely fully cooked. So we want that on our coolest part of our grill. And what we want to do here is just score the top of it. And the reason we're doing this is as it cooks or starts to heat through, we want some of the juices and the excess fat to kind of flow out of the sausage. And it'll keep it from breaking in a weird way as it cooks too, which you've probably seen with a...
Or bubbling or
blowing. Yeah, bubbling with a natural skinned sausage. And then we are going to drop these right here on the coolest part of our grill. So here you can see we've got our red peppers, we've got our red onions, and we've got our green onions and our smoked sausage. So we're just going to close our lid and let these heat up. And then Victoria's going to make the vinaigrette while these are cooking.
The vinaigrette's pretty easy. I'm going to get all my ingredients over here, and then we're going to get started.
While Victoria's getting the prep ready for the vinaigrette, I'm going to take a quick look at our veggies. And you can see our peppers here are starting to crinkle, which means they're cooking on that side, or we're starting to get a little bit of color. I'm going to go ahead and turn these guys all over. And periodically, I'm going to keep turning these veggies so they get cooked on all sides. You can see how quickly our green onions are starting to wilt down, and they'll brown up really fast and probably come off the grill before everything else does.
Okay, we're going to make this amazing cilantro-lime vinaigrette. Now, if you've looked up cilantro dressings, you're probably going to find that you puree everything together in a food processor. I'm not doing that. I want the little bits of cilantro to be suspended in the vinaigrette and to then be added as we squirt it over the kielbasa and the veggies. I don't want a puree or a dressing. This is a true vinaigrette. And I have this wonderful whisk that I love. I love to whisk. It's just something I like. But what I've started doing lately is, for vinaigrettes, is mixing in this squeeze bottle and then just shaking, and boom, it's all done. No whisk needed, no bowl, no nothing. And it also is the container I'm going to store it in if we have any extra. Okay, I'm going to start. This is a traditional ratio on a vinaigrette. It's a 1 to 3 or 3 to 1, which means 3 parts oil to 1 part acid, which would be a vinegar, or in this case, it's going to be lime juice. And let me see, get this in here. Oh.
No.
Okay, so I spilled a little bit. Olive oil down. Hey, you know, I tried. Okay, we'll just put a little bit more of that in there to make up for my little mess. So now the next thing I'm going to do is add 1 clove of garlic. I've already got it peeled in my most favorite garlic press here. And you want these pieces to be really, really small because they've got to go through the hole in the squeeze bottle. Now I have cut the top off of it because the pointy tops are just too thin for.
And there's nothing more annoying than trying to squirt the dressing out and the garlic sticks into the.
It's very annoying, and I might have said a lot of unseeming words because of that. Okay, so I'm squeezing right into the squeeze bottle here and scraping off. Okay, that's in there. I've got the lime juice. It's about 2 limes. That's going in. Then I have all the cilantro, about 1/2 cup. It's been very finely chopped. Get that in there. I am making a nice little mess here. But you know, we're outside, and one of the greatest things about cooking outside is just I clean up.
You can make a mess.
Yeah, you can make a mess. You just push a little onto the floor, and it blows away, and you know, some animal somewhere eats it. Now, not like I'm putting large pieces of food out there. Okay, we got some coriander, some Mexican oregano, and finally, some honey.
That's going to be so good.
Yeah, it is. It's very, very delicious. Let me get this honey out of here. I'm going to add, at this point, because I know it's going to need a little salt and pepper, so I'm going to add the salt and pepper right now. Typically with vinaigrettes, it's really kind of hard to, I mean, you can taste them, yes, but you're not going to tell the salt level too much. I'm going to put a little bit more in there. Okay, so now the fun part begins. It's the shaking and the mixing.
And while you're shaking that up, I'm going to give my veggies a turn. And you can see here that the green onions, these are done. So these are coming off. You can see how fast those cook compared to everything else. Well, we have a fire.
Uh-oh, green onion on fire.
So we'll put those on the side to let those cool down. I'm gonna turn my onions over so we can get, and you can see the nice char that we're getting. That's exactly what we wanna see. Char is flavor in the case of the red onions and of the red peppers.
Basically what we're doing is making roasted red peppers. So if you've ever purchased roasted red peppers in a jar and really don't like the idea of having to spend, I don't know, $5, $6 for a jar of them, you can just slice them up and put them on your grill and roast them. Thence roasted red peppers.
All right, I think our veggies and our kielbasa is ready. Let's have a look. We've got the skin is charred and blistered on our red peppers. So we're gonna go ahead and pull these guys off. As you can see, the underside's nice and charred too. And you can determine your own level of charredness. I think charred is flavor, don't you?
Char equals flavor.
Yes, for sure. So, especially when it comes to veggies. So
the more char, the more flavor.
We're gonna pull our red peppers off the grill, and you can see with the skin is blistering on our red onions, and you can see how easily they're just kind of flaking apart. That tells you that they're done all the way through.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so we're gonna get these guys off the grill. We've got some pieces falling off. Again, that's good. That tells you that this onion is for sure cooked all the way through, because one of the things you don't want to do is have raw red onion in the center and have them charred on the outside. You want to get them cooked all the way through. Get these pieces off of here, and then let's have a look at our kielbasa. Oh, look at that, guys, right there. And here's the reason we scored that. Again, the sausage was fully cooked, so all we wanted to do is kind of let some of the moisture and some of the fat in. That's exactly what it did. We got some nice grill marks on there, so these are ready to come off as well. And we're gonna hand this over to Victoria to chop everything up, and while she's doing that, I'm just gonna simply grill up some corn tortillas.
Okay, I am just chopping these into bite-sized pieces because they're all gonna go onto a taco, and you wanna be able to eat the taco without pieces falling out and having all this, and too big of pieces in your mouth. So I'm slicing the green onions now into bite-sized pieces. And then I have a nice big stainless steel bowl here. I'm gonna add everything to, and then we're gonna dress. Okay, oh, I missed one.
And you'll want to make sure you keep a close eye on your corn tortillas, because on this really hot grill, they will go from perfectly done to overcooked very quickly.
You're going to want to get these off of the pan so they cool off a little. They're going to be warm when you cut them. But please don't burn yourself. Let them cool a little bit.
You do not use tongs?
No, that's fine. You do not need to be a hero when cutting these. Okay, I'm going to go for it.
All right, while you're doing that,
cut these without touching them.
you can see that our tortillas here are getting soft to the touch. Let's go ahead and give them a flip and just check them out. They're just starting to brown. All I want to do is cook these, kind of warm them through and give them just a little bit of color. We're not actually cooking them. Those grilled veggies smell amazing.
They are delicious. And when they get married to the vinaigrette, they're going to even smell more delicious. So that's a little bit big right there. Okay, everybody into the bowl. Okay, the onions are going to be slightly problematic. You're going to be really careful when you cut these onions like this because they're going to be slippery. And make sure you have a really good hold on them before you start cutting them.
And a really sharp knife,
yeah.
Which it looks like we've got a knife that needs sharpening.
Yeah, we do have a knife that needs sharpening, which is always nice and dangerous. Okay.
And that's kind of counterintuitive too, that a sharp knife is less dangerous than a dull knife.
Yeah.
And that's because of that slipping issue. That's when you cut yourself, is with a dull knife.
Yeah, this outside skin has lots of flavor, but it's very slippery, so you want to pull that off and cut it first, and then get the rest of it. And just go slow and methodical, and you'll be fine. Don't go fast and impatient like I was doing earlier.
All right, and if you have a look at our corn tortillas, you can see they're starting to blister at the top here. I'm calling these done, so I'm going to pull these off and set them aside, and we're going to be just about ready to go.
I think I'm going to cut just a little bit more onion. You could probably get away with half an onion for this. Depends how much onion you like. I'm probably only going to put in a little more than a half an onion. Okay, I think we're done there. Now for the final.
That looks like a good ratio you've got there.
Yeah, I think so too. Okay, so I'm going to cut this. First I'm going to cut these into slices. They're little medallions, maybe about half an inch thick, I think. And again, the knife needs to be sharpened. Please sharpen your knives. Don't be like Victoria. Okay, and then I'm going to cut them again to where I have kind of little moon-shaped pieces, and they go in with the veggies into the bowl. Okay, so I've got the kielbasa and the veggies in the bowl. I'm using a tong here to kind of mix them up very gently because I don't want to hurt anybody.
Yeah, and the smells coming out of that bowl just...
Okay, we're doing a little shake.
Everything works together.
Yeah, and then we're going to squirt some of this on. Now, you can decide how much or how little you want. I like a fair amount, and know that if you want a little bit more flavor, you can always take this to the table and use it and squirt it right onto your taco at the table right before you eat. I'm going to go with just a little bit more. Okay.
That looks great.
Yeah, I think this is really wonderful. Okay. Well, let me pull out a piece of kielbasa.
Yeah, I think we got to do a tester here.
Oh yeah, that's wonderful.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Okay.
I'm ready to eat.
Yeah, I think we should eat this. So, okay, we're gonna go eat this. Well, we're gonna bring you along. So I'm gonna let the flavors meld here. We're gonna go set the table, and we're gonna enjoy these tacos.
See you over there.
So we're all done with the grilling and the chopping and the dressing, and now it's time to eat. And I'm so excited to be sitting out here in this beautiful weather. You can probably see my hair blowing. The breeze
It's a little bit windy, but the humidity's lovely. The temperature was mid-80s today.
Yeah, but all this shade. I would call this breezy, not windy.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Remember, Colorado windy, Michigan breezy.
For sure.
Okay, you ready to dig in?
Yeah, let's dig in.
Okay. This is going to be amazing.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh my goodness. So good. So flavorful.
I have to admit, I was skeptical. But all of these flavors just combine for just a magical bite. The smoke from the sausage, the smoke and the garlic from the sausage. the red onion and red pepper.
Yeah, it all works together. And when you think of a cilantro lime vinaigrette, you typically don't think of, hey, I'm going to use that with kielbasa, but it works. And that's what's wonderful about cooking. Try new things. If it works, try it again, do it again. If it doesn't work, then you've learned something and
Move on to something else. Yep.
I was skeptical too. I don't want you to think I'm like, this is a slam dunk. But I was kind of sure. But it's a really amazing and different meal, and you saw how easy it is. So grilled kielbasa tacos for everyone. Thanks so much for watching.
Yeah.
A link to the full recipe will be in the description below, or you can go to gfexplorers.com and find all of our recipes there, including this one. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. We'd really appreciate it. And give us a thumbs up on the video too. That really helps. And until next time,
Happy eating.
Okay, we can actually eat now. I gotta go eat napkins.